good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, along with the lovely Terry T-Bomb Long. Let's get into it. Man, we got a great show today. We got a big show today, too. Thank all of our guests who made it safely. Thank you guys for rocking with Spotlight Over the City. The whole DMV. When I say the whole DMV, I'm talking about Sea Pleasant, Palmer Park, Landover, all the way over to Uptown, Southside, the whole DMV in the building. We appreciate you guys for rocking with Spotlight. But guess what? Atlanta said they rocking with us just as well, man. Philly, Chicago, LA. We are all over the place, and I thank you guys for rocking with Spotlight Over the City. YouTube, all our YouTube subscribers, make sure you locked in. We appreciate you guys as well. Let's do a show.
Let's do a show. And thank you all over there in Ghana. We are deep over there in Ghana,
yeah,
right?
Ghana.
We got a Spotlight team member over there, Adrian, and she is rounding up the troops in Ghana to watch this show. So thank you all so much for supporting this show. We international.
And all the other countries that we leaving out, because we in about 8 or 9 countries now, and so I appreciate that as well. So Spotlight is definitely growing, and if you want to be a part of the movement, you can inbox us and link on with us and be a sponsor, or just be a partner weekly, or whatever how you want to do it. We could work out a special package, and we have 3 already. So ask for that sponsorship deck, and we'll get it right to you.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all ready for a show?
Thank you so much, baby.
Y'all ready for a show?
Ready.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
All right, so we got one for you.
We have an amazing show for you all tonight. As per usual, it's my favorite show in the entire world.
Is it?
Yes, I'm
and
so
you're looking
thankful.
amazing, by the way.
Baby.
I just want to say that. Shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, shout out to our sponsors. We have a new sponsor,
yes,
DMV
indeed.
Computer Man. Shout out to you all.
So first of all, don't rush past that. Let me say this. If you have any computer issues, because I had one brand new out the box and it sucked. And so I took it there. And when I say got that thing right together, it could be a screen, it could be a new computer, used computer, whatever your issue, computer-wise, go see the DMV Computer Man.
All right, we have Oxley Realty Services, James Oxley, CEO, shout out to you. Umbrella Therapeutic Services, DC's most reliable behavioral health organization, shout out to you as well. And did I say Safety First Firearms Training? We're going to talk about that
again?
a little. Safety First.
Better know it.
All right, coming up on today's show, we have got an amazing woman, an amazing entrepreneur, doing some amazing things along her journey. I cannot wait for you all to catch up with one of our newest Spotlight family members. We've got Alice Williams in the building, y'all.
Yeah, put them hands together. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Yes.
Yes, indeedy.
And I was with this woman on Sunday out in Bethesda. She's an amazing young lady, and she's done some amazing things along her journey in radio. I cannot wait for you all.
If you don't know who she is, then you probably
It must be Angie on the mic.
It must be Angie on the mic.
Angie will be joining us later in the show. Y'all give it up. Woo-hoo! And we're not done. We still got to keep it rolling. We have got, listen, I have tried to get this amazing, dynamic woman on our platform for a long time. And finally, we have been able to track her down. And yes, we have got Riley Knox in the building, y'all.
Put your hands together. Yeah. Put them together.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Okay.
Got a
Okay.
major show today,
I
too,
know
though.
you all have heard about him all over the place. I already know that. But in case you have not, if you've been living under a rock and you haven't, I'm so honored that we have him on our platform
In the
today.
spotlight.
Talk about all of the amazing things that he's been doing and what he's got coming up. You all welcome to the Spotlight family, DJ Richie Scott.
Give it up, give it up, give it up. Yes, indeed.
Yes. All right.
Man, you got some big
Y'all ready for the closer? This
Wait
is
a
not.
minute,
This is
wait a
not
minute. We got a closer?
Your regular closer though. Because you can see her amazing face on OWN's Love and Marriage DC every Saturday. Are y'all tuning in? If you're not, shame on you. We
Yeah,
gotta
make
support.
sure you logged into Love and Marriage DC, please. That's out for
Today,
them.
she is coming to Spotlight over the city, showing her artistic side. She is the closing artist today. We've got the lovely, amazing Simply Winter in the building, closing the show, y'all.
Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Yes, did y'all know Winter could sing?
And yes, she can. And guess
We gonna
what?
find
We're
out
honored to
today.
have her here today. And it's a big deal because Winter is just starting her career and she's launching and doing her thing. So we're pleased to have her be a part of Spotlight over the City family. So yes, indeed.
Yes,
Let's go,
indeed.
Winter.
And they're not here yet, but they got the food coming on the way, sponsored by Diamond Liquids Catering. There's a Spotlight family. We love them. Y'all gonna love the food. So
Oh my God.
stay tuned. So I can
yeah,
tell y'all, I
y'all
don't
in
know
for
what
a
he's
treat.
bringing,
So-
but we're gonna see.
So I will say this: they've been here before. They've sponsored us before. Thank you to all of them. But when I say they are amazing, they are amazing. But guess what? Wifey cooked her some turkey chili over here.
I did.
All you have to do is go grab you a plate. It's some chips over there. And when I tell you it's amazing,
Y'all
Hey.
like it? Y'all eating it?
have it. That turkey chili good, y'all? Is it good? Hey, help yourself, help yourself. So that's what we do at Spotlight over the City. We like to make sure you guys have a great time, and that's what it is. What we got next, wife?
What's happening? You all, we love to shout out the team that makes us look good like this every Thursday. You Broadcast Media, UBM Gang. Thank you all so much for always making sure Spotlight over the City is on point.
Definitely, we
Yes.
appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all so
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
Your book, that's a big
Man, this right here is my testimony. This is a Gangster's Cry. It's on Barnes & Noble, Amazon right now. Make sure you have a copy. Get a copy for a friend. This is really something near and dear to my heart because I promise you I'm blessed to be here to even tell about my testimony. So it's soon to be a movie called So Far Removed.
Yes.
So Far Removed. We're working on it right now to get that to you as soon as possible. So it's going to be a big film, not no low budget backyard film. I mean a big film. So thank God for that. Make sure you have your copy of the book A Gangster's Cry, Barnes & Noble,
Yes,
Amazon.
please support my husband.
right now.
Please, thank you. Yes, it's a great story, y'all. Please.
Yeah, y'all can
Thank
put your
you.
hands together. I appreciate
Yes.
that. Thank you guys much.
Yes, indeed.
What we got next?
Also, coming up on Saturday in Prince George's County, it's the Spring Black-Owned Small Business Expo going down Saturday at the Prince George's Sports and Learning Complex, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is free for all of you all. If you are a small business owner and you didn't get in on it this time, you should still come and see what it's all about. It's an amazing event. We went when it was in the fall, and it's all types of Black-owned businesses throughout the entire building. We need to come out and show our support. Stan and I will be there, especially him. He's going to be on one of the panels on Saturday talking about entrepreneurship and some other amazing things. But you all, listen, it's
Yes,
great.
shout out to Right Next Door, my main man Hallie.
Yes, it's a great
and,
program.
We're gonna be doing some amazing things. I'll be actually on a platform talking about entrepreneurship, finances, how to get to the money, the whole nine. So me, Hallie, and a couple other entrepreneurs will be on the stage presenting. So come on out Saturday. I think it starts at 12.
It
Something
starts
like that.
from
Make sure you-
10 a.m. to 4
Showplace
p.m.
Arena.
It's not
Showplace-
at the Showplace Arena. It's
Oh,
at
I'm
the
not-
Prince George's Sports
Well,
and
thank you.
Learning Complex, babe.
All
From
that.
10 to 4.
Yeah, that
And it
way.
is
Over
free
there
for
where she said-
everybody.
It's where she said it was.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, the 35th annual Whammy Awards. Y'all, listen, I'm excited about this as well. We're going to Spotlight over the City is going to be in the building. Compliments of Steph Lover. Thank you, Steph Lover.
Shout out
making
Steph
sure
Lover.
she take
Yes,
care of us.
indeed.
Yes, but the 35th annual Whammy Music Awards is coming up on Saturday as well, April the 1st. It's going to be at the Capitol Turnaround. It starts at 5 p.m., y'all. Meet us out there on Saturday in the evening.
Yes.
When we leave the Business Expo, let's head over to the Capitol Turnaround and support the 35th annual Whammy Music Awards.
That's what's
How
up.
about
We
that?
stay busy, right?
Yeah, we stay busy. Whew, we stay busy. We'll be right back, though, with some Black business announcements as well as Name That Song, y'all.
Y'all ready for Name That Song?
We'll be right back.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, y'all good? Spotlight over the city. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back to Spotlight over the city. And man, they won't give me time. But guess what? We're going to make this thing work anyway. Y'all good out there? Are y'all enjoying yourselves? We got a heck of a show. Yes, indeed, man. We got a great show for you guys.
Indeed.
First of all, we got our black businesses coming up. What we got?
Y'all know how much we love our black businesses, right? We love y'all, right? And so if you want to be a part of Spotlight Over the City, partner with us, let us know. Our email is info@spotlightoverthecity.com. Great packages. You can always advertise on the show. You can always become a sponsor. Whatever you want to do, we can work something out. So keep that in mind. Today's black businesses that we're going to talk about is Safe T, the letter T. So Safe, the letter T. First, firearms training. They provide concealed carry and home defense arms certifications. You're going to be trained by licensed USCCA certified instructors, y'all. You can sign up online today, www.safe, the letter T, first, firearmstraining.com. The concealed carry and home defense class they start at $300, 16 hours of your required classroom, and you get live fire training, and then you get your HQL certificate. So
I think it's a beautiful thing. Get ahead of the thing. So basically, most of the time, us black people, you know how we do. We're on the backside of it. We're on the defense. We got to get ahead of it, and you got to be smart about it. So it's not the gun that kills people. It's the people. So if you're trained and you're licensed and you're equipped mentally, you know what you're doing, so it's a good thing to do. Make sure you take yourself to the range, take your family members, get equipped, and make sure you do what my main man over here at Safety.
Safety. Shout out to CEO Tyrone
my main man
Toomer.
Tyrone Toomer. What's good?
Yes, DMV Computer Man. Stan already shared with you all what he can do over there. So if you all want to shop the nation's largest used electronics inventory online, you can go to www.dmvcomputerman.com. If you're in the DMV area, you can pull up on them. They're located over there at 714 Ritchie Road, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Y'all tell him Spotlight Over the City sent you there.
Yep,
he will take care of all your needs.
Yep, and I'm going to tell you what, I ain't even know computers go this fast. I didn't know what was going on with my computer. Brand new, it was slow as a mug, but guess what? Pop in. Shout out to my main man. Yeah, he got me right, way right. So shout out to my main man. And ask for Cardo when you go over there. Ask for my main man, Cardo.
Yes,
he take
indeed.
care of you, all right? Black on.
Yes, it is. All right. Diamond Liquids Catering. We want to shout you all out. We know you're fighting traffic, trying to get us some amazing food, but we want to say thank you so much for always partnering with Spotlight Over the City, providing some amazing food for our shows. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all can get to Diamond Liquids Catering online, www.diamondliquids.com.
Yeah, so for right now, you got an advertiser from tbomb.com over here.
That would be me. I made you some chili.
She got some turkey chili right out the house, so it's freshly made. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yep. So she thought
Help
about
yourself.
you guys. That's your advertising until the food gets here. But when it gets here, you will be in good hands, all right?
Yes, you will be. Listen, y'all ready for Name That Song, baby? You want to tell them what
Babe,
Name
you ready
That
for
Song
this?
is?
Are you ready to? IG.
I-
So look, y'all keep it honest because I see some of the comments now. Keep it honest, all right?
Keep it honest?
So yeah,
What you
keep it
trying to
honest.
say?
You looking good, I say.
Oh, thank you.
So this is the segment where you name the song, name the artist. We need both now. Hey, Sydney, you can't cheat. I got Councilman Sidney in the building. Y'all
Yes.
show down. Y'all don't be having councilmen and stuff like that at y'all show. So like, name the song, name the artist is what I'm saying. You got to do both. All right, don't cheat.
Name the song and the artist, and y'all in the audience, y'all have to wait until we see if someone on our feeds guess it first.
Right,
So
y'all can't scream it out
don't-
yet. I know y'all might know it, but don't scream it out yet.
Yes,
All right,
don't
so-
scream it out yet. You ready?
So, babe.
I don't have nothing to wet my whistle. Let me drink some of your stuff.
Oh, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna. Okay, I get a little bit. Hold on.
Thank you.
Y'all ready? IG, y'all ready? I got something.
is this?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Just focus on your life. IG, y'all ready? All right, come on, baby. Don't mess this up for me. You got an audience. People looking. Ingrid, what's good, Ingrid?
You get on my nerves. Okay, I'm ready. Y'all ready? I've always told you, hey,
Well, let's do something.
that I'd give anything. Stop your popping. You throwing me
yeah.
off.
I went too fast.
My baby, you've been my best, my only friend. There's nothing like the joy you bring. You know this song?
Yeah, you off
Wait.
tune, but yeah, I know it.
I wonder what would happen.
Let's go. You know this IG?
If you would trust in me, I'll make you believe. I'll make you see.
Okay, babe, you went too far.
You know
now.
this?
Yeah. All right, y'all give
Y'all
it
know
up for
my
T-Bone.
song. Do y'all know
yeah,
this
you
song?
took it too far. You can only
No
get a few bars, babe.
need
No,
to run
wait a
from
minute.
me.
All right, come on, yeah, cut her thing
you-
off. So yeah, listen, no, slow down. So yeah, that's the thing. Hey,
Does
IG, you can't sing the whole thing. You can't do the whole thing.
Does anybody know the name of the song and the artist?
All right, y'all hold it. I'm gonna see what y'all know. IG, y'all got first dibs. Facebook, y'all got first dibs. Tell me what you know. Put it in the
Hey,
comments. Put it,
Gales.
don't say.
They should guess.
She got both?
She guessed the
Well, wait,
artist.
give my Facebook gang a chance. Wait, hold it. All right, give us 2 more minutes. We'll be
Gail
right back at it.
guessed the artist, but she did
Hold on
not
to
say the
that,
name
Gail.
of
Let
the
me do
song.
mine.
So I'm gonna see if
You ain't see? You got half
I'ma
of it,
wait.
Gail.
I'ma
What's the
wait.
other? Double back now. We need both. Song, artist. Song,
I'ma wait.
artist. And you get a copy of A Gangster's Cry, or we got some other stuff we giving away. But yeah.
Okay. What you got? The voice to make the old ladies moistures
Not
in the
old
house,
ladies,
y'all.
just ladies. You don't got to put old. So I got my man Miles. You got to calm down. Miles, I got one shot in this. You see who in the building?
Oh, hey, baby.
Got my main man Miles in the building. Don't take him light neither. His camera bigger than him, but he's a big shooter. I'm telling y'all right now, that's my man. All right, Miles, this one, I got this one. Hey, Miles, this for the fellas. I got you. Oh, wait.
What?
I'm
What
trying.
the
I
hell?
gotta feel it. Okay.
Oh, you want me to help you? Dun, 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 dun. Ain't that it?
Feels just like a weight is lifted. How can I repay you? Help me understand. Currency, a fist full of tears. I can afford a fight of your life is like a cause. Time will reveal, yeah. All alone, you're the one who's losing. 'Cause I go insane, crazy sometimes, trying to keep you from losing your mind.
I'm losing my mind right now. Y'all better give it up for my sexual chocolate.
Hey, but y'all don't know the song. Hey, babe, they don't know the song, babe. They don't know the song. They don't know the song. They
Yes,
don't know the song.
Thais in the building.
Hey, my girl Thais in the building.
Yes.
Hey, Thais, you just missed it. I just sang. I was singing. And so, yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna
No,
double
you're
back.
not
But
gonna
what
do
I'm
anything
what I'm
again.
saying is,
Justin just
y'all
said we
don't
gotta roll.
know the song or the artist. I got 'em.
Listen, Gail guessed
IG,
mine.
what you got?
Mine was Anita
Facebook,
Baker.
what you got? Hold on.
Anita Baker, whatever it takes. That was
No,
mine.
Dante say Pretty Wings. Nope.
Yes, that is it. Isn't that it?
No, Terry.
Oh, it's close.
No. But I will say this: you in the ballpark, Dante.
You
Eric
suggest
Benet.
doing this?
What?
The gang signs. We gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Commercial
Gang
break.
sign.
We gotta be
All right, we'll be right back after this commercial
Spotlight
break.
News.
Spotlight over the city.
Whoop whoop.
All right.
Y'all all right?
Tomorrow
Y'all
or
doing
just
all right?
the end
So
of
did anybody-
time.
back to Spotlight Over the City. Man, y'all give it up one time for yourselves in the building. We got an amazing audience. I see you, Tanya. Yes, I do.
You ready for a little bit of news?
What we doing?
It's a lot of bit of news. I just want
to have good news.
I wanted to say shout out to you, my new friend Angela. Her name is, y'all know her as Black China. I call her my new friend because now she's Angela and she's doing some things differently. She's, she's my
and
she's
from the DMV though.
Yes,
Home
but
team.
she is reversing most, if not all. I don't know if she's got everything done, but she's reversing a lot of her plastic surgery. Trying to get some tattoos that she felt were demonic, taken off or covered up and doing something else with them that's more reflective of the woman that she is. She's gone back to her name, Angela White. She said, I'm Angela. Don't call me Black China no more. I'm Angela White now. She got baptized, y'all.
I like
and she is turning her entire life around. She wants to be a better example for her children. She said that all of the work that she had done on her face and some of the fillers that she got, she said, y'all, it's just not worth it. It's not worth how it drastically changed her look from Angela to Black China. It's totally two different faces. And she just wants to go back to being a regular girl. And so kudos to you.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, I respect
that. For that. I like that a lot because it just shows that it's a different energy, it's a shift, and it's a change. And a lot of people are starting to try to, get it together and recognize. So I appreciate that about her.
I do too.
I didn't ever think she was bad. I thought she was lost.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Too.
Shout out to my man, Cliff the General, man. Condolences. You already know what it is with
yes.
us.
He said Eric Benet, not wrong.
Hey, Cliff, not Eric Benet, though, yeah.
Listen, we talked about this for San Francisco a couple weeks ago, but now we're talking about it on a broader scale. The state of California, they are talking about owing Black residents more than $800 billion, y'all, in reparations for decades of over-policing, disproportionate incarceration, health disparities that shorten the lifespans of Black people, housing discrimination. The $800 billion does not include, though, the amount that is needed to compensate the Black people in California for property and land that was unjustly taken by the government by the government or the Black businesses that were devalued back during those times. So there are some, though, that are against this, of course, and they're saying that California was never a slave state, and they feel that, current taxpayers should not have to be responsible for things that are linked to something that happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So they're like, look, we should not have to pay. We was not a slave state, and we should not have to be responsible for nothing that our ancestors did to y'all. So they ain't with it. But they got some Black people standing up saying, listen, money talks, y'all owe us. They said white people have benefited from free U.S. government land and so much more for years. Give us our stuff back, y'all.
We want our stuff back. And so let me just say this to the white people that say, well, we didn't benefit and blah, 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 blah. First of all, it was a slave country, not state. It was a slave country, right? I don't know if y'all remember. That's why they only go back to slavery. They don't tell us beyond, because it was a slave country. So that's the first thing. Everything was built with free. So free labor, not just California, that was Mexico. They turn it all into California, this and that. So don't play the game like we goofy, because we woke. And so at the end of the day, give us our stuff back. And it's every state should happen like that. Every state should happen like that. Every state. And don't go back and get the money back. Let's unite and put our own land together and build something.
Don't go
get the money right back, because they'll give you the money eventually.
Let's do it.
All right?
All right. Y'all, on Monday, this is very, very tragic. This has pulled on me all week long because, I can't imagine being a parent getting a phone call. All you did was send your child to school like you're supposed to do, and getting a call that there was a shooting at your child's school and one of the children shot is yours. I can't even imagine. I can't wrap my mind around it. So prayers and condolences go out to all of the families involved in the tragic mass shooting that occurred on Monday in Nashville, Tennessee at Covenant Christian School. A young lady, 28-year-old Audrey Hale, she was a former student at Covenant Christian School. She shot and killed 3 kids and 3 adults. She was under emotional distress. This is just sad all the way around, y'all.
Very much so. Mental health. So, like I say, we play a lot, but not about mental health. So mental health is really serious, and it's happening a lot now. A lot of people are starting to, what we call, come apart a little bit. There's a lot of things happening that never happened. A lot of people seeing things never seen. And so everybody's not equipped. So mental health is real. If you know somebody, check on them. If they acting strange, different, distant, check.
check
You just
on
never
them.
know.
You never know.
Even your strongest person needs some support.
I agree, baby. Final Four, y'all, is this weekend.
Final
Four
four.
is this
Oh,
weekend.
so hey, let me just say, because I know everybody throwing up their little whatever, talking trash to me on the low about, because I had Gonzaga.
'Cause you said Gonzaga.
All right? So let me just say shout out to UConn. UConn dragged the hell out of Gonzaga. They beat them about 175 points or something like that. It was crazy. And so let's just say, I'd say UConn going to take the whole thing. What y'all got? Who y'all got? I got UConn to take the whole thing.
I'm not.
But I will say FAU. I will say congrats to you guys for even getting there. I don't know this program ever to have been to the Final Four. And everybody's in the Final Four. It's really strong in the underserved community. So I'm liking what I see right now. This is the first. No Final Four #1 teams have made it into the Final Four at all. They didn't even make it to the Elite Eight, actually.
Right.
And so this is a big deal. So shout out to
congrats.
all four
Shout out.
teams. Florida, too.
Yeah.
Miami Hurricanes also in the building. So
Yeah,
shout out to
the
all
U.
of them. Yeah,
That's right.
The U.
That's it for Spotlight News. We will
That's
be
it?
right back with Question of the Week.
Are y'all ready for question of the week?
We'll be right back.
Are y'all enjoy yourselves?
Question of the Week.
All right, we'll be right back. Spotlight over the city.
Miles, I'm going to have to close your ears for Question of the Week.
Miles, yeah.
But real shit is so fulfilling. Increase my net worth, my conversation's worth $1 million. Watch the Forbes list, them top spots, I'm out to get them. I know this game takes patience, playing my position. The legend over Pro Tools, but love my logic. Perfect tailored suits, handkerchief inside my left pocket. Triple OG, I'm sharp with it. Trigonomics, every time a nigga drop, my rollout is so iconic. Keep it honest, sir, ain't song, the trappers fuck with me. So all the boys in the hood gon' run it back like Ricky. Make executive decisions daily, no committee. Hand shawling on my smoke, keep my green sticky. Broad papers, keep my shit rolled tight, no funnel. I'm still shining underground, my vision is tunnel. I know they hating on my name, still I stay respectful. Cause when you trail them false narratives, they won't affect you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I done came up, success feels better now. My status painted on top, Basquiat crown. Let's go.
Man, y'all having a good time?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We got enough.
Question
Question
what?
of the week.
Question of the week is an opportunity for our viewers and listeners to submit us relationship questions, family questions, any kind of questions about relationships and family stuff. You can ask about me and Stan's relationship. I will tell you everything. I will give you all
Don't
the tea.
ask. No.
Okay.
No. Listen to me.
I will spill the tea.
Don't ask about us. There's plenty of stuff to
I
ask
will.
about. It's
Okay.
other stuff.
I will tell y'all about how he. Oh.
Yeah, it's other stuff. It's
I
other
forgot
stuff.
that. Okay. This segment is sponsored by Umbrella Therapeutic Services, DC's most trusted and reliable behavioral health organization. They provide community support, medication management, and therapy for individuals as well as groups. So you all take your mental health seriously, and let's get into this question of the week. We don't pick the question. We don't look at the question. Our intern picks it every week, just random, and we get tons of them. So if you all want to submit a question, you can email us info@spotlightoverthecity.com.
But I got something before y'all get started.
What?
It's something in that bottle over there. It's orange.
Oh.
If you shake and pour, it's something good happen to you.
You got
That's
some, DJ Richie?
all I was saying.
It's
if you
all
just
right.
Shake and pour it, and it's magical. That's what I heard. Word on the street. Just-
Shake and pour.
All right, shake and pour. Yeah.
Okay. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
My eyes are getting so bad with my old age.
You getting old, babe. You gotta work on that.
Dear Stan and T-Bomb, I am tired of being labeled a thought or a hoe or anything other than the single, classy, responsible, educated boss lady that I am. I am 36. I'm single by choice because I wanted to reach several personal and career goals before settling down. But I do enjoy dating who I want, when I want, and how I want. Yes, I do opt to sleep with some of the men that I date, but I am grown and I do not lie to any of them. I let them know that I'm not looking for a relationship right now and that it's possible I may still have sexual situationships. That's what she said, sexual situationships with others I choose to date. In a few social settings, I have heard the term hoe or thought referring to me and a few of my single girlfriends. If I tell a man the truth and we use condoms and I am single and I'm dating single men and there is no exchange of gifts or money because I have all of my own stuff, then how does my choices to have sexual variety be considered a hoe or thought behavior? At this point in my life, I like to experiment and I like variety. I'm sick of people being judgy and saying women like me are not marriage material. I am marriage material to the right mature man when I'm ready to settle down. Is a man who dates and sleeps with multiple women considered a hoe? Or is he simply a single bachelor living a bachelor lifestyle?
This is good. I like this.
Okay. What you got?
So the first thing this young lady addressed in this letter was, I'm tired of people addressing me as a thought or a hoe. Right? That's the first thing she said. Mm-hmm. Well, let's unwrap that. Why are people referring to you as a thought or a hoe? See, that's one of the things we need to know. Because if you're being addressed, see, what we do know is this. Everybody don't get together and tell the same lie, right? And because they don't know each other. So if everybody's calling you a thought and a hoe, it's some kind of behavior that you exude that maybe kind of makes you a thought or a hoe. So like, for instance, if you say, I'm single, I can do what I want. That's very true. I'm human. I can rob banks. That's if I want. But it's a consequence. So it's a consequence to your behavior, even when you're single, your morality, your respect, dignity. And so a man can choose you for one or two things, to play or to stay. And if you show up and play behavior, then he's just going to use you for play. He's not respecting you enough to keep you. And so that's the reason why it's hard for you to find you a husband, because you coming off.
Looking. She says she doesn't want one now.
Well, what does she think? Well, she's complaining about being called a thought and a hoe.
She doesn't like people referring to her as that simply because she's single and sleeps around. She's being single.
So sleeping around doesn't mean single. You can be single and don't sleep with anybody. You can be single and sleep with one person. You can have morality. You can have respect for yourself. You cannot have 275,000 miles on your box. You could. I mean, it's your box, but you should kind of stiffen up the miles a little bit if you could, Miles. I mean, I'm just saying, we're trying to work on the frequent flyer miles here. And so if you taking flight every 5 minutes, then I'm thinking that they're not going to always wait for your plane to land. You are taking too many flights. The miles are high as hell on your box. And so I couldn't respect that if you was coming to me. I would just pretty much either dismiss you or add a mile or two. That's the only thing that could happen. And so at the end of the day, that's what will happen if you out here. You're being handled like the way you present yourself. Perception is 99% of reality.
I just don't.
99.
I just don't know that I totally agree. So let me weigh in. Let me weigh in real quick, please.
You could clamp that box a little bit. You can clamp it, put a lock on that box. Okay. You can lock your box.
So
it's your box.
You should lock your box, absolutely, when you're ready to lock your box and when you're ready to get married. I don't believe that a single woman, no different than I believe a single man should be labeled a dog or a hoe if he's being a bachelor and he says, listen, we're not in a relationship. You know, I do sleep with other people. I wrap up and that's what I do. Like, if you're single, what's wrong with that?
So, well, let me help you with that. Well, when you're single, you still transferring spirits. You still integrating your soul and everything that come with you and packaged up with you with another person. You're still making goofy, immature decisions because you don't know enough of your own worth not to spread it around. So you're looking like a whole goofy ass is what you're looking like. And so when you try to level up to somebody who got a little bit of sense, they're not going to want to keep you because you don't look like a keeper. You look like a sleeper. And so, you know, all I'm saying is you're showing up like a whole whore. And so I'm wanting you to stop and lock your box and let it relax for a minute and so you can get a man. See, because when you got that much backwash on you, a real man don't want it in the front. That's too much.
Listen.
You already done showed up with 172,000 miles on it. It's way past used.
Okay, real quick. I know we got to go, but I do have one quick.
This junkyard.
No, I don't. Listen, I'm going on record saying, ma'am, that wrote the letter, whoever you are, thank you first of all, but I don't agree that you are a hoe or not. I don't agree.
Not the man, a woman.
Whoever, I said a woman, whoever it is, wrote the letter.
It's a lot of miles. All I'm saying is young men and women, when you're looking for somebody to keep, don't let them have too many miles. You know, when you shop for a car, the miles tell the usage. The miles tell the usage. So when you say 175,000 miles, you don't even know a year. It's a lot. You know that.
Let me ask you a question.
Versus 22,000. We need around 22,000.
How do you know if the woman never tells you about how many people she slept with and she keep that to herself, how do you know the difference when you go in there? Like, is it different? Like, do you
Well-
be like, oh, this one got a lot of miles, or
Well,
oh, this
yeah, normally it'll swallow you or choke you.
What?
And so, yeah, the miles add up. Miles add up. I don't care
know
if
what?
it's let me just tell you, miles do
let's
add
get
up.
ready to go to a commercial break, please.
So,
because
babe, when you get a car to have 176,262 miles on it, it don't ride like the 22,000. We're going to go to the commercial break. We'll be right back. Spotlight over the city. I'm just saying, man.
I don't-
Hey, put them hands together. Welcome back to Spotlight over the city, you guys. Y'all good out there? Everybody good? My audience
Everybody
good?
Everybody good
That's
out
what I'm
there?
talking about, man. Eat up. We got us a +1 in the building. They say that
love it.
turkey chili rocking.
Yes.
Hey, so I appreciate you guys, man. We got us a +1 in the building. This is our first +1 today.
Yes, it
So,
is.
wifey, I'm gonna turn it over to you, and I'm gonna step back.
I am very, very honored and very excited for you all to meet this amazing woman and for her to tell a little bit about herself and her journey and some of the amazing things that she has done. So you all, please put your hands together and give it up for the lovely, you all look at her, she's so lovely.
you.
The
Yeah,
lovely,
man.
amazing Alice Williams.
Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Hello.
Yes, indeed. indeed.
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Man, you
Glad to
kill it
be
every
here.
time I see you. You be killing
Oh,
that hair.
thank you.
Oh, that whole thing is dope. So I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Yeah,
for
she's
being a part
very
of the
humble,
Spotlight.
but I mean, quiet as it's kept, she goes by the queen of the DMV.
So they tell you what
Okay.
it is right away, right?
All right, okay, the queen.
Yeah.
Listen, welcome to Spotlight Over City.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Very
When-
honored to be here.
When we chatted and you told me about all of the things you do, I was like, wow, I'd love for you to come and share that with our Spotlight family. Tell them, a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur
Yes.
and, gradually bring us up to speed with who Alice Williams is.
Yes,
the
thank
queen
you so
of the
much.
DMV.
I appreciate that. It is Women's History Month, and
Yes,
so
it
I
is.
just want to say Happy Women's History
Yes, it
Month
is.
to
Yes,
you
indeed.
and all that you're doing here. Again, my journey started like 38 years ago. I was a civil servant, retired about 4 years ago. I did 38 years in Department of Defense. I retired as one of the highest ranking African American females in the department.
Yes.
And I ran
But
their
wait.
yeah.
Don't
We got-
run past
we can't
that.
run past that. Let's
Wait
give
a
it up for that.
minute.
Put them
Give it
hands
up for
together.
that.
Let's
One
give
of
it up
the
for that
highest
part, first of
ranking,
all. One of
okay?
the highest ranking females. Let's go there.
Yes, and I ran their social economic program, so it's actually the small business program. What I did is assisted minority businesses in getting access to government contracts. I ran an operation about $190 billion across the federal government. We were one of the largest procurement offices in the Department of Defense. I did things like wrote legislation, testified on the Hill, managed employees about 700, and I had about 700 employees. Worked very closely with all 26 agencies and specifically Small Business Administration.
So you just a bad sister.
She's a badass.
She's a
Yes.
badass. Yes, indeed. And so we
Yes.
thank you for being. I didn't see that coming.
Yes.
And you're being humble about it. I do know that.
Thank you. I
Yes.
retired about 4 years ago, actually be 4 years on April the 1st.
Okay.
I was under the Obama administration. Trump administration came in, I retired.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I started my business on April the 2nd, AMW Acquisition Consulting Group. It's a company specialized in government procurement. What I do is consultation to large and small businesses and helping them maneuver through the government process. I started my business April 1st. April the 2nd, I had more business than I had infrastructure. I had to take a pause for about 2 weeks.
But wait, one day.
Yeah, no, but one day
And
I
one
had
day.
more business than I had infrastructure. It was unbelievable to me. And so it did show me that I was able to leave a legacy and that I was well known in the industry to represent the industry like I can.
Well known.
Yeah, well
Very
known.
well
Well
known.
known.
Respected.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means you've been putting it down and you've been handling your business.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
indeed.
Yes, so on April the 2nd, April the 3rd, I had one of my clients that I worked with very closely on the inside for over 15 years came and said, hey, we know you started your business and we know you don't have an infrastructure, so come in my office and I'm going to set up your whole infrastructure. And so they did. I went in her office for 8 hours. I came out with website, business cards, voicemail, you name it, I had it all.
What?
So wait, back up. So a
Wait.
person just called you in.
Yes.
And said, we see you, and we see that you need A, B, C, and D.
Correct.
And we
And
want
we
to
got
sow
you.
into you. Come in here.
Correct.
Just like that.
Absolutely, yes.
That's God business right there.
She
You
was
already know.
she was a woman-owned business, 8A. She was an 8A woman-owned business, and she remembered all the things that I did to help her when she was on the inside. So she was honored to come out and help me.
Wow.
Right, and so
I like it.
yeah, we did that, and unbeknownst to me, I don't have to go look for work. My work find me. So I'm very
That's what I'm
honored.
talking about.
That's what
to
I'm
do that.
talking about right there.
So that shows just your ethic and how you put it down. Because once you do right by people,
Oh,
then
yeah.
people ultimately do right by you. So you just see the return on your investment.
Oh,
basically.
absolutely.
And I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love it
So-
too.
Right. So,
go ahead.
I have multiple businesses. So AMW Acquisition Consulting Group is one business. I also have a home health care business specialized in Medicaid. I launched that business actually for my family. I wanted to make sure that my family has somewhere, a launching pad that they can go to if they had an opportunity is this where they needed employment or they needed some assistance. I originally launched the business to ensure that my family members who were elderly had their own family members taking care of them, and it just launched and morphed into something unbeknownst to me as well. I have another business. It's a B Alkaline Waters is actually my daughter's business. I'm the president of her company. She's the CEO of B Alkaline Water.
So wait, you got your daughter in business,
Yes.
and she's the COO of the company.
Yes.
And it's an alkaline water business?
Yes, it is.
Say the name again.
B Alkaline, www.balkaline.com.
Y'all see Black
Yes,
Excellence
Black
right before you
Excellence.
guys? Always remember this. Don't wait until people not around and you've heard of them and they went on to give them flowers and accolades and support. We have to keep our dollar in our community. We have to go to our own Black-owned businesses and intentionally.
Intentionally.
I go to 2 Chick-fil-A's and they owned by Keith.
He sure does.
Just trying to tell you what's going on. It's Black-owned Chick-fil-A's. I'm the 2 I go to if I can help myself. And so intentionally support this young lady.
Thank you.
Intentionally go to her websites and everything else she's
Thank
about to
you.
give you guys and follow up on her and be intentional, because that's the way we make it. That's what Black Wall Street looks like. That's when we don't need no one but us. And we are good enough.
Yes,
Yes.
we
And
are. We are good enough.
We got
I also have a 501c.
She's still going.
Yes, I'm executive director of Alexandria Boxing Club. Yes, I have about 15 amateur boxers that compete at the national championship level with USA
Wow.
Boxing Association.
Y'all give it up for this young lady.
Period.
That's what I'm talking about. So I have to get you back because we need to know, how did you get involved with that?
Oh,
What does
absolutely.
that look like?
Yes.
We just need to
how
talk
do your
about that
fighters-
alone, right?
The platform that your fighters have, when are their next fights?
Yes.
We have a lot of things that we can just talk
Absolutely.
about that alone.
I
So
would be honored to come back. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we would love to have you. So
But you got some. It was something you had told me about. You've got coming up. Is it a book?
Yes. So my book is, I've been writing my book for about 4 years
Yeah,
now.
it's coming up, though.
And it's called Inside Out, 38 Years, 38 Chapters. It's actually 38 years of my life on the inside of the federal government and then on the outside on a personal level. A lot of times people know what I've gone through to get to where I was at on the federal level when I was on the inside, but they don't know my struggle as in my personal life.
right.
So I decided to write the book. I've done well on the inside of it. The outside talks about me, which is very difficult to do. It's always difficult to talk about yourself. So I'm seeking a little bit help on that. But yeah, it's called Inside Out. And hopefully it'll be published this year, sometime this year.
Well, so we're going to touch and agree and say, yes, it will be done
Thank
this
you.
year.
Thank
and I'm
you.
looking forward to you doing that. I'm an artist, so I salute all artists.
Thank
It's very
you. Mm-hmm.
hard work. Just know, don't overthink it. A lot of people will be helped by your story, so tell your story. Testify.
appreciate that. Thank
Testify.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't hesitate to testify.
Yeah.
So anything
Anything
you want
else?
to say before we get out of here? We got to wrap. We
No,
gotta
I
wrap. So-
just said I'm honored to be here. Looking forward to coming back. Definitely support this platform. I'm so amazed by what I see, just the quality that I see in the studio. It's
Thank you.
definitely excellent. So I really
Thank you.
appreciate you having me, and I definitely will be back.
Yes, y'all.
Thank you
Give it up
much.
for
Y'all
Alice
give it up.
Williams.
Yeah, man.
The queen. How you can find her on Instagram, I can tell you. The queen of the DMV.
The queen of the DMV. Make sure you look
Look
her
it up, okay?
Stay locked in. All right?
We will
gotta
be
wrap.
right back with our next guest, y'all. Woo woo.
Spotlight over the city.
R&B singer himself, Mr. Just Paul in the building. Put them hands together. Go on, hit me with it. Yeah. Oh, hot bread and butter, come get your supper. Yeah, I put my foot in the dish 'cause I love ya. Yeah, I put my soul in this shit, fully loaded and kiss. To put it all on your lips tonight. Good God Almighty, sipping a hot toddy. Bet you feel it all in your chest when we grinding. Before I put it all on my wrist, I put it all on your finger. 'Cause it's a forever thing. Ooh. Oh yeah, hot bread and butter, come get your supper. Give me an old school dance move. It's a forever thing. I see you right there. And I'm so sure it's a forever thing. Listen, hot bread and butter, come get your supper. They say the quickest way to the heart is the stomach, so I guess we playing Hunger Games. And I know this ain't another game giving me the hunger pain. May I put kisses on your forehead? Say yeah.
Put your cups up. And if you ain't got a cup, then put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. I say to wave your hand from side to side. Wave your hand from side to side. Wave your hand, 'cause we back outside. It's a forever thing. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hot bread and butter, come get your supper. Supper, it's a forever thing. Spotlight over the city. Spotlight over the city. Spotlight over the city.
Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, you guys. And guess what? We don't just have A+1 in the building.
No,
someone
not just
that
anyone.
I have been listening to for years and years. I admire her. She's a very strong voice in the industry. She's been making her way forever. She's a legend in the industry. She's been awarded here recently. I'll let her talk about it. Wifey?
Yeah, we're going to let her talk about that.
Let you introduce.
Yeah, I mean, Stan said some amazing things. I stamp everything he said. I have been listening to this young lady for a very long time, too.
We all had.
Listen, if you don't know
You're not
about,
from here.
if you've never heard this voice before, you definitely not from
You
here.
couldn't be from here.
That couldn't be. And even if you're someplace else, you should have heard this voice
Yes.
before. You all, we are very honored to welcome to our Spotlight family.
The one.
The one.
The
only. Angie Ange is in the building, y'all.
You already know. Give it up. Give it up.
It must be Angie on the mic. Yes.
Yeah, man. So when you hear that,
Finally.
you already know who it is.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something that touched me. One day I'm driving, and I called in for the first time of my whole life.
You
right?
sure did.
And you answered. Y'all answered. You answered. And it was about my son's mom. And y'all were asking, do you think your son's child mom should be put in prison for their behavior as far as the neglect or not letting them see the child and the whole nine? And I got to say my piece, and you let me go in, and I was like, yes, first call ever. She answered the call, and she let me speak my piece.
Speak
and
your
I
piece.
recorded the whole thing. I pulled up and recorded it and everything. So thank you. That meant a lot to me. You didn't even know that. So thank you for that. But thank you for being the big voice that you've been. Thank you for being the strong voice that you've been. Thank you for being the anchor for sisters that haven't made it and paved the way for those to come after you. Thank you for just being so strong that when it was a man-dominated industry, you stamped it, stood on
Kicked
it,
the damn
10
door
toes
down.
strong, didn't let them play with you. And it
Yep.
must be Angie
Yeah,
on the
they
mic.
couldn't
You
play
hear
with
me?
me.
It must be Angie on the mic. So I thank you for that, because I promise you, we listen to you every single day,
Thank you.
riding, and you just brought some quality to our day. So
Thank you.
for everything that you've done.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
Could
That's
not
a
have
heck
said
of an
it better,
intro.
honey.
I know.
Yeah, I
That was
really
very kind.
have a lot for her. I do.
Yeah.
That is very kind. No,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I mean, I think, I'm from here. I grew up here. I'm a proud Prince George's County resident.
Yay.
And both my parents are from Northwest DC, and so. Growing up listening to all these radio stations that I've now been a part of or imprinted on in some way that's the ultimate, it's just the feather in your hat in your career. And it's crazy. I got this Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm not even 40
Yes.
yet, right?
Yeah,
so I was
but
like,
you-
dang, that's a lifetime. But when I put it into perspective, absolutely, it's been a lifetime of being in someone's ears, head, spirit, every day. Radio, we got to show up every day. And that's such a blessing, because I grew up listening to, on my way to school, listening to Donnie Simpson, and then we would ride the bus and listen to Russ Parr and laugh all the way to school. And then,
Yep.
I grew up on Big Tigger and the Live Squad, and just thinking I want to be that, I want to live that, I want to do that. And when I found out you could make a living off of it, I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. And
So you
it's
just
a
had the
great
passion
journey.
for it originally. You didn't even
Absolutely.
really
I
look into
love-
the financial part of it. You just wanted to do it.
No, I was a kid, so I didn't understand that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I love music. I love music, and I remember listening to Go-Go 95, and you hear the Huckabucks on the radio,
That's right.
Backyard Band on the
You took
radio.
it back, though. You
Oh
took it
yeah,
back.
oh man, but
Yeah, he said that.
but wiser. So I used to like listen. I would be listening to rap. I loved music.
Right.
I loved hip hop. I loved go-go. I loved music. I loved R&B. And but I couldn't dance. I couldn't sing, and I couldn't rap. So it's like, how you gonna get into the music industry without those abilities? And the one thing I could do, I could talk,
Right.
and I could talk really well. And so once I realized that this was a career, you can make a career out of it, I knew that was what I was gonna do.
So let me ask you something that a lot of people may want to know.
Sure.
Everybody has an inspiration that they pull from.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that for you, Angie Ains? Like, who do you pull from
Oh,
when it comes
so
to
many
this
people.
music industry and inspiring you and staying locked in?
So many people. I pull from my mentors. You know, I'm blessed enough. I've been blessed to, you know, be mentored by the people that I think at one point were probably like celebrities to me. So when I came into interning, I got my internship my last year at Howard, and I got it at PGC, and I was with Adimu. Adimu
Okay.
was he was my first like real mentor in it, and he was doing Afternoon Drive, and he took a liking to me, and he passed me on to DJ Flex, and it was Flex and Rain. And DJ Flex took a liking to, like, they like my hustle. And then Adimu saw me in the club, because I would do clubs. And he's, you know, I went from interning for him. You know, interns, they don't really pay attention to interns. But I think, like, I was just really driven, I was really serious about
Yeah, you
this.
took it serious.
I took it serious.
Yeah.
So I think he was like, okay, well, let me see what she could do. And so he came to a club one time. He watched me on the microphone. And after that, he's like, oh, you're actually good. So then he that's when he said, Flex, no, she got something. So Flex and Rain mentored me. Flex, they toughened me up, pushed me around, punched me around, pushed me to be the best I could be.
Best you could
Like
be.
Flex was really, he was the captain at PGC, and you know, he pushed me to be the very best I could be. And the rest was, I was there for a year, and WKYS called me. I was about to turn 23,
Very
and
young.
the rest was the rest. I went
Wow,
there.
the
Been there
rest
ever
was the
since.
rest. Y'all know the rest. The rest was
So
history.
So real quick, when was that one moment that you said, I made it? Like, you always see yourself on the radio, you see yourself in the industry, you one day want to get there, now you make it to the studio, you online every day, you on the radio. When did you finally look at yourself and say, wow, I made it?
A couple times. There's a couple times you think you made it, but you ain't really make it. So like, the first time I thought I made it was when Flex was like, I think Rain was pregnant at the time, and he was like, you gonna come in and, you know, fill in almost, right? So I called my cousin, I called everybody, I'm about to be on the radio, y'all, I'm about to be on the radio. Yeah, I'm a graduating senior. I go, and he had me run the board, which means I didn't talk.
Okay, so you was behind the
I was
scenes.
behind
You was
the scenes.
behind the scenes.
But when he said fill in for Rain, I'm thinking he don't have me talking. But that again, that was Flex. Like he really made you work for it, and that I laugh about that. So that was one time I thought I made it. I didn't. Second time I thought I made it was when I did actually get that full-time job to come to 93.9 and do the night show. It was me and Quick. Quick and I started that in 2007.
Wow.
So that was when I really felt like I made it, because now the big thing is, can you get a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
can you get a show on the radio? There's only 4 slots, and usually at least one is syndicated, which is your morning show. So that knocks you out there. So you got middays, afternoons, or nights to try to get a slot. And so when I got that job, I thought, okay, I made it.
I made it.
But I was just starting. I had no idea that there was going to be this whole career involved. And so I think the next time I thought I made it probably was when like they stopped, when it was just me, when there was no more Quicksilver, there was no more, I gotta be with someone else, when it was just me. And at that point, that's definitely when I
That's
made
when you
it.
knew.
Yes,
you go.
Because you
yes.
could hold it down.
When
by
I could
yourself.
hold it down
Hold it
completely
down.
by myself and lead and do what I wanted to do, and nobody was really messing with me. And I was dominating. And then, my competition, anybody who came on any other station, they kept trying different people, and
They couldn't hold up
they
to
couldn't
you.
hold the girl.
It must
yeah.
be Angie on the mic.
That's when you know you made it.
And so what I also want to know is, once you got in that lane, like, so it's so many different things you could have went into, right? So many different avenues you could have went into. So what made you say, this is the lane, like, I know I'm in this lane now and I'm going to stay right here? Because you met so many people. You could have veered off and did some other things. You could have.
Yeah.
So what made you say, this is it for me? Like, I know this is it. No other lane. This is it for me.
So I look at it like It's not that there's no other lane. This was the vehicle I chose.
That's the
so
vehicle.
I
Or
would
did it
say,
choose you?
yeah. Well, it could have been a combination of both, but I think that when you have certain transferable skills, they will transfer into any industry you want to be
Anyone.
in. So when you don't want to get caught up into thinking I am radio and radio is me, because then if you don't have it, who are you, right?
Right.
So I never just looked at it like that. Radio was just my vehicle to reach people. So I love people. I love connecting with people.
I got you.
And even in my new role at WHUT, I'm still connecting people, telling stories. The same thing I've been doing, just in a different medium.
So now all these people you've met, right? You've met so many people in the industry.
Yeah.
Who would be the one person that you say kind of gave you a whole different light when it comes to industry? Who's that one person that influenced you to like say, wow, give you a whole different perspective? Because you met a lot of people in the industry, right? I won't
Yeah.
say who your favorite, but I'll say who influenced you the most. Like who put some in your ear, or just you looked at them and saw how they moved or whatever and was like, yeah,
That made a difference.
this person.
I would go a little left and say who kept me in it, kept me going. Who do I feel like I was in it with the most was probably Wale.
Yeah.
Wale and I started together. So I was an intern. He was trying to get his records played, and he would come in there and bring shoes for the jocks and everything, you know. And I was just an intern, and he was just trying to get a record play. He would be in the mall, you know. He'd be in the mall trying to pass out his record, his flyers and stuff. And I was trying to start my radio career. So he was trying to start his rap career. I was starting my radio career, and our trajectory just kind of we grew up in it together.
Together.
Yes,
So you
and so
watched him
we
become
made up, break
Wale.
up.
And
Yes,
you kinda watched
and he
him
watched me
develop.
become Angie Ann.
And he watched you become Angie Ann.
And that's hard. And you're in an industry where there's just so much pressure, and sometimes things are great, and other times things are really low. And so
tough,
and
yeah.
people don't understand that. No one understands that, and no one cares. They want you to be who they hear every day. And so that was something him and I could share throughout both of our careers, is the ups and the downs, you know. And to have someone like that, and especially when they from here, because a lot of the artists, we meet a bunch of artists, but they're not from here.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
You know,
different
so it's
relating to 'em.
different. Yeah, him and I, we were able to relate to each other. We still are. We're still very close. I still care about him very much, and he cares about me very much. And we pushed each other, and so that felt good to have someone like, again, he was on the artist side, and I was on the personality side. But yeah, I wouldn't, you know, he didn't influence me per se, but he was a great partner to have on the journey.
On the journey,
yeah.
So I got one question that I ask a lot of artists. We got to get ready to wrap. You got 1 hour. You're going to a great space.
Okay.
You got a pocket full of money. You're feeling great. It's one artist that you can listen to for that whole hour. You can't take them out. Who is it?
Oh, Erykah Badu.
That was easy.
Yes,
That was
Erykah
easy,
Badu.
bro.
Oh yeah, I have a trilogy. There's my trilogy is Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, and Jill Scott. And then when Jasmine Sullivan came on the scene, she became I can't put her in the trilogy. She's not in the gods, but she's
she
right
right
there.
around,
Yeah.
hovering, though,
Oh,
kinda
amazing
high.
voice. Yeah, I have a thing about just
Yeah.
amazing voices. So
Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu is a must, and it would be either Worldwide Underground, either that's the album we rockin', or it would probably be one of her live albums.
The live album.
The live album, you can't go wrong with that. Me and
Can't go
Flex
wrong
used to
with
listen to that. We go to Fast Eddie's. He turned that thing on, open up he had this Hummer, open up the what is it, sunroof?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, we're blasting Erykah Badu going to Fast Eddie's.
Going to
Those were
Fast
great
Eddie's.
experiences.
Yes.
I love that, man.
Angie, I didn't get an opportunity to talk too much about where you are now at WHUTV, but I mean WHU Radio, HUT Radio. But I wanted you to touch on that before we let you go, because people do want to know, you know, like you've transitioned. She got to voluntarily retire from radio, and you're no longer at 93.9. But I want you to tell about your transition to where you are now, and you also are an entrepreneur in the restaurant business. Just mention that as well.
Okay, I'll try to be as brief as possible. But yes, I'm the director of content at Howard University Television. So I went back to my alma mater. And basically, I'm in charge of you know, the vision. What do we want WHUT to be? How will it touch people? And I'm kind of in charge of the programming. So right now, PBS, I'm submitting folks programs for the PBS Short Film Festival. So I have that type of power now where I can hire people and build teams. And so I'm also looking at like, what do we put on the station? What stories do we tell? That's kind of what I do currently.
Wow.
And yeah, entrepreneurial wise, I've always been into investing in folks. So I've been doing that for years.
Yay.
Lost tons of money investing in y'all dreams, but learned a lot along the way. But one thing about being an investor, a lot of times my aunt's a CPA. Shout outs to Holmes and Associates Financial. But she had taught me kind of how to manage my money early on because she's one of the only black women in Montgomery County that really owns her own financial advisory space. So anyway, she would always tell me two things. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. And then she would also tell me, don't invest what you're not afraid to lose. So as long as you can lose it, you can do it.
You should do it.
And that's why I lost a lot, but I never lost my shirt because, I always could. It was never that much, right?
Right.
So, but each time, whether I lost or won big, whatever, I kept learning more and more how to vet people, how to vet deals and things of that nature. And so, an opportunity came around during the pandemic in 2020. Expectation in downtown Silver Spring had shut down.
Yep.
And we got an opportunity with Peterson Group. And so I partnered with Jeff Mescuri, who owns Creole on 14th, and he owns Po' Boy Gems. And he said, hey, we might have an opportunity over here in Silver Spring if you want to check it out. And I said, okay. So we met with Peterson Group, and they tried his food at Creole on 14th. And they wanted him to bring a similar concept to downtown Silver Spring. And he named it after his wife, Miss Toya's Creole House. And I said, let's do it. And so it was just me and him. So we were partners on it. It's open. It's doing amazing. And I'm learning so much in that space just as an investor. He operates it, runs it, him and his wife and family, and they do their thing, and I'm just learning from them and thankful that's my big home run. That has been a huge home run. Yeah.
Yes, I couldn't let you go without talking about
you.
that.
Yeah, Miss
y'all get
Toya's
over there.
Creole
Make sure y'all go
Spring.
support. Make sure you guys support Miss
Thank
Toys,
you.
right?
Yeah, Miss Toya's Creole House, downtown Silver Spring. Appreciate the love on it, and
Yes.
just so many people that have either tried it or, gone to it, and I'm thankful for that. And so and I've got right now I've got a young lady out of Detroit. She has a clothing line. She got to deal with Saks Fifth Avenue, and she didn't have I'm supporting that. I'm investing in that, and we're about to have that launched in the next week or two, hopefully, or next month.
Yes, I know
so
that's
we'll put all
right.
your information on our website. We'll make sure
Sure,
we double back
yeah.
in anything
How do they
else.
follow you?
Yeah, how do they follow you real quick before we get out?
Well, now that I did all this investment, everybody gonna be in my box trying to
I'm
pitch.
very follow you. I'm gonna follow you today.
Follow us at Spotlight Over the City.
Yes,
There you go.
that's right. I
It must
love
be
it.
Angie on the mic. Y'all
Thank
give
you
it
so
up one
much.
more time for Angie.
Angie,
in the building.
yes, thank you
Thank you
so
so much for being a part of
Thank you for
Spotlight.
having
We
me.
love
I'm
you
a
much.
fan. I'm such a fan of this show, and to see it live is really dope. So thank you. Thank you for the
you so
invite.
much.
Thank you for being a part. We appreciate
Yes,
it so much.
have some food, enjoy
So
yourself.
y'all, so sit tight. Don't go nowhere. We got to wrap up. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Spotlight Over the City.
Yes,
Throwing
thank you,
gang
thank you,
signs
thank you,
in.
thank
They're
you,
throwing up
thank you.
Yeah,
gang
they throwing-
signs.
Yes.
Gang.
Lord, you should know, tried it on my own, put my faith in me, but the truth came to be, Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. I'm sure you can tell that So Lord, here's my heart. No gimmicks, no strings. Doing my part, you can have all of me. Nothing will ever come between. Lord, I need you.
Thank you.
And I am telling you, I'm not going, even though there are times to show it. You see, there's just no way, there's no way. We're part of the same place. We're part of the same time. We both share the same blood. We both have the same mind. And time, we have so much to share.
Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, you guys. And we got us a not +1, but a +2 in the building. Two spectaculars. I'm going to let Wife take over and do the intro. So I'm going to sit tight and fall back. How about that?
I mean, spectacular, though, is the right word, though. That's the right word for
Know that.
these amazing individuals up here on set with Stan. And I'm so, so very, very honored to have both of you at the same time. They happen to be besties. I'll let y'all talk about that.
We're going to pull some besties together.
Yeah, we done pull some besties together. They're both in their own lane. They have been trailblazers, carving lanes out for themselves and doing amazing things. To my left here, I'm gonna say, ladies, the best for last.
Okay,
No
best for last.
shade,
That's how they
DJ
do it.
Richie,
That's
but
how
I'm
they do it, DJ.
yes,
you ain't right.
and it is Women's History Month, so you got to say the best for last. But here, to my right here, you all have seen this young man. I'm sure you've heard this young man. I'm sure if you haven't, you've been living under a rock. But you all welcome to Spotlight Over the City, DJ Richie Scott.
I was like, I better hear some applause out there. Okay, there we go.
I'm talking about.
We was like, what?
No, we're not doing that now.
They try
Yes.
to half-ass.
Yes, and right over here to Stan's right, I know you have seen this amazing young lady.
introduction needed.
No introduction needed. But yes, I'm going to let her tell all about her amazing journey and how she might be styling, making a dress for me. I just made that up, but I'm just putting her on the spot, making something for me. But you all, please, welcome to our Spotlight family. Give it up for the lovely, amazing Riley Knox in the building. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
What's going on?
Hey.
Make it proper for you. Make sure it's right.
Yes. Welcome to Spotlight Over the City.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. Who wants to go first to just get it popping?
So ladies first. We'll go.
Ladies first.
Ladies
first.
Ooh, ladies
Ladies first.
Hi, Riley.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I've seen you at a lot of events, and I've always admired you from afar. And the first time I saw you on Instagram, I was just like, I'm adding her to my list. I always have a Spotlight Over the City wish list, and I added you. And look at it, came true, and you're here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
we definitely
Very happy
Yes.
to be here.
You are the number one Beyonce impersonator. I mean, that's no secret. You are the number one, and I know you have met Beyonce in person. So I want to, I don't want to give it all away, but I do want you to talk a little bit about your journey, and then tell people about how you did get to meet.
How did
the
that
real
even
Beyonce.
come about?
How did that even come about?
How did that come about?
Have you always loved her?
Yeah, I did, of course. I mean, we all love Beyonce, of course. Right? But in 2003, when Crazy in Love was the number one song on the radio, it was everywhere. I was already performing for 3 years before that, because I started in 2000. And I became known as DC's own Beyonce, and then with social media and going viral, I became known as the number one Beyonce impersonator in the world. And then in 2019, Taylor Swift cast me in her video, and we won an MTV Video Music Award together. And then in 2020, I made history as the first trans woman ever to perform halftime in the NBA here at the Wizards game.
Oh my God.
So,
Wait.
it's been quite
Let's give it up for that, though. You can't just run past all the accolades. You gotta make sure you give it up.
Yeah, and
So
then
that's big.
and then I became a fashion designer during COVID. I have always made everything I've worn on stage, and then my other best friend, Monique Samuels, who was on Real Housewives of Potomac at the time, she asked me to make a dress for her. The dress ended up going viral, and the very next day, I started Riley Knox Couture, and since then I've worked with Candy Burris and Neo and so many other people, so many other housewives and Bravo celebrities and own celebrities and all that. So.
It's very long.
So,
Very soon.
so I like that a lot. So that's a lot. That means a lot. And so a lot of people haven't been afforded those opportunities. And so then that transformed into something totally different. So how did you get to go from that to this to Beyonce? Like, how did you go from doing the clothing line and doing what you're doing?
I think the clothing line came late.
Yeah, that just came in 2020.
Oh, so you prior
2020.
you met her prior.
Yeah, years ago. Many years ago.
So how did it come about? How did you guys meet?
So we have a mutual friend. We have a lot of mutual friends actually, and more now. Her stylist Ty.
Shout out Ty.
Yeah, and I've never spoken publicly about what the meeting was or anything, but
I got
it was
you.
wonderful. And
It was wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, how did you two become besties? Like, how long have you known each other? What has that been
I
like?
remember. Well, because you're looking at me like you don't remember, right?
No, I remember.
You remember?
Oh, I remember. I'm
So
allowed to tell
just
it,
like
though.
this, he used to have a show on YouTube that he co-hosted with another one of our friends, Damon, and they asked me to come on the show and just be a guest on their show, and we hit it off. Although he says that we met, and we did actually. We met. I was a makeup artist many moons ago, like when I was, first moved to DC in my 20s, and I did his makeup because he was modeling at the time. That's when we first met. I don't remember him then. and then when years later, when they asked me to be on the show, we hit it off and we just became, he's my
Inseparable.
best friend in the world. Yes, absolutely.
Aw,
That's
is that
crazy.
is that the version that you remember as well?
Yeah, I met her at a fashion show, and she don't remember me.
So you got a little bit of different story, Lou.
Oh yeah, a little bit. My memory's a little
So
bit
let me hear
better.
your version of it. Let's
Yeah,
see,
so
let's see
a
how
friend,
close it is.
a friend of mine asked me to do a fashion show. I think it was for like JCPenney, and at the time I was in Richmond. I hadn't even moved up to DC yet, and so she was doing the makeup for all the models. And then I remember her coming in. I was like, "Who is that?" And she was just like telling these stories about whoever she was. I won't get into that, but she was just telling. I won't spill her tea, but she was just telling these stories, and I was just like fascinated. And then a couple of years later, when I finally moved to DC. I was doing a show on YouTube at the time. I wish I hadn't quit because I know what the money is. But well, that's another story for another day. But she was a guest on our show, and we just became inseparable after that.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
DJ Richie, you want to tell people a little bit about your journey? You were a DJ. That's where the DJ comes from, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about your journey.
So I was a DJ, and then honestly, I fell out of love with music.
Yeah.
When I was in LA, I thought I wanted to be one of those DJs that DJ'd in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Doing those late night parties until I finally did one, and I realized, oh, you got to be up all night. I'm not an all night type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm in bed by like 12 type of guy. So I'm trying to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But once I realized that, I also did a show on Bravo called Stripped, where they take away all of your possessions for 21 days. And you are pretty much naked, no car, no money, and you have to figure out how to survive for those 21 days. And you get one thing back every single day. And at the time, I realized I wanted to work in news and media and entertainment, doing what you guys do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I met with some agencies out there, and I will never forget this. One, it was a black man. He told me, he was like, I would never hire you because number one, you've done reality, and number two, you look like a terrorist.
What?
Because I have a beard. I've always had a beard.
So he said that?
He said that. I will never forget that. And so what I thought was, okay, maybe I need to shave down my beard, but I was like, bruh, this is my look right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't get rid of this, And I got these tattoos, I got piercings, like, I don't know. But you know what I did? The moment I remember, I asked God, I said, listen, God, if I want your will to be done in my life, you take me where you want me to go. In 2018, I got hired in Miami by a news station. and I was working with a former Real Housewife of Miami. And my segments were always about entertainment news and reality TV. That was the thing that I loved. Like, I'm a creator. I love talking about reality TV, right? And so I remember one day, it was a Friday. I will never forget this. A Friday. We came into work. We did our show. They called us into the green room, and they handed us our checks and said, well, this will be the last time you ever come back to this show.
Well, dang.
I'm going to tell y'all, the news industry,
Ooh, that's
it ain't no joke, right?
So no warning, no nothing.
No nothing. So I left that day, and I thought, what am I going to do, right? So I thought I wanted to go into radio, so I started interviewing. I had an interview with iHeart at the time. This was in Miami. And a friend of mine, I don't know if you guys know him, his name is Funky Dineva. He also has a popular YouTube channel and everything. He's great. He told me, he said, why don't you do what you already do on YouTube? And so I remember that first week I had a video that went viral. And when I saw what that one video did in terms of like just revenue, right? I said, oh, I'm never working again. So for me, being fired was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it's always like this. When one door closes, another door opens. And honestly, the rest is history. I mean, and I've just been able to, I think, carve a lane for myself by being myself.
Yeah. That's
a
the key.
good lane, though.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Be your authentic selves. You know, that's what we do here at Spotlight Over the City. We just come here and just be ourselves. Like, I just be me.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
sometimes
it.
it's crazy, but I'm just being me.
Yeah, most times. But, you know, so. Hey.
Well, who else is she being?
I used to pray for some other stuff to come, but hey, you get what you get. And so at the end of the day, that's
Wait, can I ring this bell?
I mean, but you my baby. So what I'm saying though is you are really authentic, and you don't hide none of your authenticity, right?
Nope.
That's what
I
I'm
tell
saying.
people when I choke you. I tell people when you put your toe in it. I tell people everything.
Miles. So,
Oh, baby.
But you know what? That's success right
is
there.
anybody praying right now for me in my life? So
Listen.
wait. So get back because we got company.
Okay.
So they our company, baby. So like at the end of the,
Okay.
you get to go on.
I know. I'm back.
And so, yeah, we are authentic. That's one thing people can say about us. We always bring who we are. I'm the best at me, and you're the best at you. And
Yeah,
so
that's
now, this platform is, we're blessed to have this platform so that we can have people like these people on to do just what they do, tell their authentic self. So your journey is a little different than hers, of course, but then you guys merged. So now going forward, how does that work in you guys' lives together? Do you guys
you all
work
do anything together?
Do you do stuff together as a team, or do you just still
hang
work
out.
separately and just hang out as a
Both.
homeboy?
We do both, honestly.
do
Like,
both?
Yeah.
I always try to find ways to work with my friends.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like, there's no greater gift than that than to work with people that you love and you care about. So if ever there's an opportunity where I can involve her with something, I do it.
Yeah,
Makes
and then we
sense.
bounce ideas off of each other too.
I think we do more of that than anything
We do
else,
a
right?
lot of that. Like I'll send him a text message that I'm thinking about doing this, or I want to do this, and he'll send me pictures of like, what do you think of this, and what's he doing? But
Right.
we've always been each other's biggest cheerleaders, also.
That's
I'm
important.
all he sits front row at my show, my concerts, and I'm always watching his content, and so we're very supportive friends, and
I like that.
And
Actually
I'm
watch each other
colorblind,
work.
so I send
And
her
he's
all of my
colorblind.
outfit choices. So today I'm wearing all black because that's the easiest thing to do. But I always send her like, okay, should I do this or should I do that? And she'll give me advice.
She set you straight.
Yeah, she set me straight.
Okay. So, Riley, do you
good.
have anything coming up that we can
I
look
do.
forward to?
I
What you
have.
got?
I have in August. I have a movie that will be in theaters. It's called Shaw. I play a supermodel who is a victim of domestic violence who ends up going to prison or gets sentenced to prison for 20 years. I only do two. Spoiler alert. Tracy Braxton, the late Tracy Braxton, love her so much, played my mom, and Beyonce's stepdad, Richard Lawson, is also in the movie. So that was a kind of a coincidence. But look for that in theaters in August. I'm so excited about it. It was very tough. We filmed in a real prison in Philly, and it was not as glamorous as you see right now. Moments of it, and I got beat up a lot, and it was crazy. It was very, very tough role, but I was so
We
excited about it.
cannot wait
Yeah.
to support you. I want to be on the red carpet, all of that kind of stuff. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Any concerts coming up?
Concerts probably in the summertime. We don't
Okay.
have any dates just yet, but
Okay.
Beyonce's concert is coming up, so that's
I
where
know,
we'll
right?
be.
I'm sure you will be there.
Front and center, right? Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Yes.
So what about you?
What's coming up for
What
you?
you
What we
got?
look forward to?
So I just released a book called The Wickedest Wives, Desiree's Desire. It is inspired by Bridgerton, Scandal, Real Housewives. And so if you're interested in those genres, then you will love this book. The audiobook just came out on Audible, so all of that is available on Amazon.com. And I'm writing book 2 now that should be out in June. And y'all pray for me because I'm taking my real estate exam on Saturday.
Hey, let's
You know,
give it up.
for
Let's
me,
give it up.
I just
like
feel
it.
like, it's nice to have multiple streams of income, and real estate is, I think, one of those things that's always there.
Yeah.
So for me, I just want to learn as much as I can and soak up as much as I can so that I can take things further in that direction as well.
I like it a
And with
lot.
your network, you should be able to kill it.
I hope so. Lord, pray
You
for
will.
me.
You will.
Yeah, so-
I just want to say thank you to both of you all for
Exactly.
being a
Thank you
part of our Spotlight family. What this means is you're stuck with us. You're in the family now. You're in.
Of course.
Okay.
Happy to be here.
And so we just really appreciate you guys lending your talent to the show and just giving your time up to us. And we
Yes,
really
we do.
respect your time, so we appreciate you being a part.
Yeah.
And
Thank
anything we
you.
can do to
How
lend
can
our
people
platform
follow
going
you all?
forward, we got you.
Shout out your information because we want
Yeah.
people to support everything you do.
Yep.
So,
Where
Riley
can they
Knox on
follow you?
everything.
Riley Knox on everything.
Riley Knox, everything.
2 X's.
Yep.
At DJ Richie Sky, everything, and thewickedestwives.com.
Wickedestwise.com.
Yes, indeed. Y'all give it up for these 2 beautiful souls. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
DJ Richie Sky and Riley Knox, of newest Spotlight family members. Thank you all so much. But we got more. We have got Simply Winter in the building, you all.
Our closer.
And this time it's different. So
It's going to
get
hit
ready.
a little different.
It's
Y'all
gonna
give it
hit
up one more time for my girl Winnie in the building.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Spotlight over the city.
Hands down, the cast and I would probably agree is you don't get control over how you're edited. You don't get control over what scenes are shown. You don't get control over what's, kind of narrated. You just kind of got to roll with the punches. So I found out that I was the quote unquote villain at our premiere party. And one reporter came up to me and she was like, "You're so nice. I don't understand how you're the villain." And I was like, "Am I the villain? I didn't know I was the villain." But in reality TV, they have to fill lanes. And so when I understood what was kind of happening, it's like, dang, at some point you just kind of got to go with it. It worked out for me in the end, but it was very difficult trying to navigate that because I was like, I did not sign up to be the villain. I signed up to be transparent and honest and, get to know new people. But I think that's probably the hardest thing because you're having to juggle what people watch, and which is like 5 minutes of hours of filming.
Yes.
And then, they don't really have a whole lot of context. So that's hard. But at the end of the day, I'm like a full believer in what God has put in you will ultimately shine through. And that is what has worked well for me. Like the fans ride hard for Winter.
Yes, they
Really
do.
So,
They do.
so to piggyback off what Wifey said, what is the most positive aspect? So we heard about the next. So what is the most positive aspect that has come out of being on reality TV? Because being made the villain could taint your image, and it could make people look at, because sometimes people see you on TV and they believe you are who you are on television, right? So what's the most positive thing that you could take from being a villain on the show?
Let me just say, I am as witty and as sassy as y'all see on TV. And I consider myself petty provoked. I will not start it
Petty
back.
provoked. What
Petty
does that mean?
provoked.
You'll be petty if you provoked.
Absolutely.
I like that. Petty
Petty provoked.
provoked, Jamie. That's right. That's you, girl. Yes.
Petty provoked.
That's you, Jamie.
Meaning I won't start nothing, but I dang sure will finish it. And
Petty
so
provoked.
You heard that?
Petty
Don't
provoked.
don't come for the winter storm because then she gonna give it to you.
don't
gonna
come
be a
for me
storm.
unless I send for you. That is really how I roll. So I think, it's difficult for people who only know me in a certain capacity because really I call myself Southern sweet and shady. I really am sweet, but I have a tendency to be shady if I'm provoked. And so that's me. I think so often we want to fight kind of narratives sometimes, but a lot of what we infuse into our quote unquote characters are really us.
Yeah.
And so I tell people all the time, like, Winter, are you that shady? I am. Winter, can you be that bad? I am. Are you really that? I am. But on the flip side of that, I'm also very positive. I love uplifting and encouraging women. I've been in women's empowerment for over 10 years.
Yes, she
Am I a
has.
businesswoman? Yes. Am I a mom? Yes. So I think the most positive thing is being able to showcase the things that I'm really about and I'm passionate about. Like this season, you'll get to see my partnership with Covenant House. I'm very active in the community, have been for a long time. So I think the positive is getting the opportunity to showcase what you really are passionate about on this kind of platform.
And that's the other thing I do love about you. Like, I've been reading a lot about some of the different things that you've done. You're a philanthropist, and I heard that you're about to get your PhD, or you're working on it.
I'm working on it.
And so you're doing some other amazing things. One last question is, you're not on the show with a husband. So do you get questions about that all the time? Like, you're on Love and Marriage, DC, and you're not married.
Yeah, I got that all season 1, and I was like, y'all, I had a husband, I just didn't want him anymore.
So you were married. So you and Kevin were married.
We were legally still married. We
During
were
the
just
first taping.
during the first season.
Yeah.
Our divorce was not finalized yet.
Okay.
So I'm like, I had him.
You had a husband. You just said, I don't want him no more.
I didn't want him.
You didn't want him no more.
And that's okay.
And that's what it is.
That's
Y'all,
right.
I'm always gonna keep it $150. I have
right.
nothing to hide. So that was my reality. So I fought that narrative, and I'm like, y'all, I was married. I just was going through a difficult time. This season,
Are we gonna see
What
some new
I will-
lights? Spotlight over the city, guys. Y'all having a good time? Man, I got my main man Miles in the building. Just know that. You guys do this. I gotta close the show. We gotta hurry up. I'm running behind. I got a closer for you guys. You guys are familiar with this young lady, right? Are y'all familiar with this young lady right here? Are y'all ready for her to put them vocals on you? So I gotta say this: never be too fly or too cool to pray. God is the source, and He will make you the plug. All right? Y'all make sure y'all locked into us on YouTube, Spotlight Over the City, everything from Twitter to YouTube to Facebook to everything. Make sure y'all follow us. Hit that hit that follow button. Ooh, I almost lost it. I forgot where I was. Y'all ready to rock? I say, are y'all ready to rock? All right, I'm gonna turn it over to my my favorite, one of my favorites on the show. She's getting ready to show her vocals. Y'all give it up for Simply Winter. Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Listen, thank you. For those that are in the DMV, I want to see you at the Romancipation on April 29th. I'm performing live. We'll have some dope artists as well, spoken word artists performing with me, but I'll be closing the show out. I'll be performing this song and my latest single that just dropped, which is Gutter Barbies. So if you've heard about that on the show, it is now a full single. So I'm so excited to be here. Follow me on every platform. It's Simply Winter, or I'm Simply Winter, or simplywinter.com. We're gonna rock out. Those of you who know me from the show Love and Marriage DC, this song was birthed out of my pain of wanting to be freed from a situation desperately. And that little jingle was turned into a real song. And so I call it the anthem for being done. It's not a celebration of divorce. I don't celebrate divorce, but when you done, you done, and you just want to be out. So I hope you guys enjoy the track.
All these tricks you got up your sleeve, now I don't know what to believe. I just know that it ain't for me no more. Hey, when I was with you, I had your back. I'm ride or die, but I'm not for that. I've got my kids and so much to live for. See, I said that I do and I did. Gave you all that I ever could give. Had my heart, but my head said this ain't the best life I should live. Oh, you better sign. Anybody got a pen? And give my divorce. You better sign. And give my divorce. Said I'm ready for but shame on me. Love blinded me, finally I see the real you, not who you pretend to be. I woke up, now I can't see and my vision's fine. I'm betting on me, I reclaim my time. I'm better alone than someone I can't trust. See, I said that I do and I did. Gave you all that I ever could give. Had my heart, but my head said this ain't the best life I should live. Oh, you better sign and give my divorce. Sign, 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 yeah. And give my divorce, and give my divorce. You've been lying, that's how we got here. You've been lying, you better sign my papers and give my divorce. Forget you. Somebody feel like giving him a pen? Sign my papers and give my divorce. You made a fool out of me. Now I just wanna be so free. Sign my papers.